Greetings petrolheads, my name is the Tom, you're on my gaming channel, and it's time for another episode of Automation, a car company tycoon game. And I already know that this is going to be a special episode because look at the episode number. It's episode number 69, so it can only be good, right? Anyway, today I'm going to build a replica requested by... who was it? It's ZX1. He requested me to build a Ford ZX2 replica that is a two-door sports coupe based on a Ford Escort. It unfortunately went out of production in that year, I think, or in 2003 it went out of production. But anyway, the point is, it did not get built very long, and I actually have never seen that car before because it's also not available to the European market, and that probably explains why. But yeah, anyway, we need to make this windshield steeper, and then we need to make this a little bit steeper as well and move this further inwards. And I think so much for the basic shape. It is not that far off, even though, you know, the rear window is more rounded. But other than that, I think this shape will do relatively well. Again, I haven't looked very much into this, but I'm guessing it's gonna be just corrosion resistant steel. It is front transverse. It's gonna have probably it's gonna have the wishbones front. I mean, it's a Ford. No offense, Ford, but yeah, probably McPherson's. Then I think torsion beams used to be really popular back then. So wait a minute, this is a Ford ZX2, and then this is going to be the 2.0 liter. I think this was even the only engine it came with, and the panels are corrosion resistant steel, if I'm not mistaken, or just plain steel, in which case it doesn't really matter, does it? We need a little bit wider tires than 195s, I guess. 215 should be fine. Okay, and let's get started. Actually, the headlights are relatively simple, mainly because we only need one of these, but in the appropriate size and scaling. So and angle, obviously. Did I say size and scaling? Size and angle, of course. Yeah, so these go like right here. I think they need to be a little bit bigger though. Like that. And then along with that we have let me see, how do we do this properly? Oh, I think, yeah, this is gonna be not that difficult, all things considered. We're gonna go for these, turn them around, and then put them here like that. I think we need to, yeah, like this. And then basically just put, is it more like an oval one, or is it more like it's more like one of those? Oh, that gets overwritten by the vent? Really? Didn't know that. So let's try something. Let's actually put down one of these. If that gets overwritten, yeah, it does. That kind of sucks. But look, on this side you can see it clear. You can see it properly. Let me try something. And what if we smaller? And just like that. it's not really how I would like it, but yeah, I think there's no way around that. So let us just put a badge in the middle, and of course we're gonna make it like Ford size. That means a little bit less height, a little bit longer to make it oval. And next up is the number plate, which is in the very center of the front. Like, look at me, you can identify me right away. Here's my number plate, and here's the car I'm driving. Yeah, so we are going to put down the grille that is basically this one, and it goes wait a minute, why is this should be further inwards, like here, and this goes like so. And then we have to do our due diligence with the segments basically that it has, and that means we're going to go for these fixtures again, which by now you should probably realize that you should have already known that I was gonna use these for this particular purpose. Because you know me, right? I'm a detail-oriented person when it comes to aesthetics, and that is why I do things the way I do them. And yeah, this is suboptimal placement, because this thing right here is just a little bit too long. We can change that though. It's good now. And yeah, now all we have to do is just put down some more of these. Now, as is, this kind of looks like an original Dodge Viper grille. But we're gonna change that obviously, because this is not a Dodge Viper. In fact, it's not even close to a Dodge Viper. The Viper has like 4 times as much capacity as this thing. So yeah, it's probably not a very good comparison. So, and don't worry guys, I will also build the engine later, even though I couldn't really find that much info on it. It is the 2-liter ZTEC engine from the Zeta generation, and that means it makes 130 horsepower and 172 Newton meters of torque. But I have no idea at what RPM it makes those numbers. So this is basically the front end for you guys. And yeah, that's that. I think we can make this even a little bit larger. And on the sides, let's see, we don't have extra indicator. Actually, I totally forgot about one thing, and that is fitting the indicators into this this whole headlight fixture. How could I forget about that, honestly? And in the same video say that I'm a very detail-oriented person. Like, I feel bad for myself now. That's okay. Happens to the best of us, I guess. So let's make all of this orange. And then to smooth things out a little bit, yeah, there it is. There is that, and so we can put some door handles on this thing, and they're basically these ones. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, these ones. A little bit taller. And then you can go to the rear end, which is going to be relatively interesting, because I saw two different versions of the rear end in the same model year, 2001. I'm gonna go for... Wait a minute, where was that picture? There it is. Okay. So I'm gonna go for some that... of course, all of them are, you know, oval. But one version had like consistent red taillights across the whole length of the car, and they would just you know, float out and become these kind of typical ZX2 taillights that they are. Oh, I know what it is. Oh, what I'm looking at now is the 2001 Ford Escort sedan. So I should go back to the ZX2. Yeah, the ZX2 is the one that has these, that, you know, the taillights that are consistently red across the whole width of the car. So I'm going to start it this way, and then I'm gonna... Wait, please. Then I'm gonna do it like that. So there is that. So we have the basic shape. We also need some more red in here to make this work properly. And I realized that this is just so far off currently. But bear with me, I will change that. So, okay, we need to make like a curve, so that on the very inside you only get like half of the height of these taillights, and then it swoops out like that. Basically, what I'm trying to explain with words here is as if we had put this grille on here, like so basically, but this grille doesn't help. We still have to, like, we can still see the taillights that we don't want to see. So instead of putting this grille here, I am again gonna use these and start like that. I think I need to make them a little bit longer though. So I'm gonna put some more of these like right here. And then I'm gonna try and make a pretty nice curve so that we can actually make this flow like on a real car, because I think this is one of the coolest features about the car, one of the coolest design elements of the car. Wait a minute, this is not that steep, all the things considered. So what I'm going to do here is, and I realized I just deleted one, but it was one that I probably couldn't selected again, it would have selected the taillight fixtures instead, so they have to move everything around. And yeah, so with that in mind, I'm going to just ever so slightly make this descending. And connect these two if possible. So there is that, and now I'm going to fill this whole area between just one or two of these things, just so we don't see the red taillights anymore in the areas that we don't want to see them. Like this. Please. Now this will go like here. And then another one. That we can actually make this taller, so we cover everything here. And then one really small one, but that is also necessary because I could not cover the whole diagonal parts that were still visible here. Okay, so if we actually repaint this thing now like black, it looks a lot better, doesn't it? Oh, and actually we should also cover the area right here. That's a ZX2, isn't it? I mean, you don't get much closer to it than that. So with that said and done, we are going to put down the wing on here, which, you know, this one's the closest we have. It is actually not precise though. It is not really all that similar to the real one. But what am I gonna do, right? So what else do we have on the rear end? We do have a number plate. Again, like this, basically. Oh, but it goes all the way like here. And then not much else, honestly. An exhaust, a single one even, I think. This car was kind of an understatement one, if you will. It didn't have quad exhaust or anything, or any look at me, I have such huge exhaust in my car or anything like that. It wasn't a car like that. So yeah, I guess this is gonna be the aesthetics here. And Of course, we need to rename this again, because after we repaint it, we apparently have to do that. It is front-wheel drive, and let's see, the 2-liter ZX is made. Oh, the block is, well, it is obviously an engine 4. Let's start with that. The block's cast iron. The bore is 84.8 and the stroke is 88.0. It is dual overhead cam with 4 valves per cylinder. The head is aluminium. That'll give us some penalty in reliability, and I don't know why, but it is what it is. And it does have VVT, variable valve timing, but not VVL. I couldn't really find the materials of the bottom end here of the crank, the conrods and the pistons, so I'm assuming it's gonna have a cast crank, probably cast conrods as well, and maybe hypertactic cast pistons. No need to fiddle with the variant displacement. Since it does have exhaust variable valve timing, like variable valve timing on the exhaust valves, I'm gonna go for all cams because we can't select exhaust valves only. Let's see, the compression ratio is 9.6 to 1, meaning it will probably run around 50 cam profile, anything like that. I mean, I don't have any data on that, and I'm just making an assumption. I know for sure that it uses a multi-point EFI, because who wouldn't in 2001? Like, going for mechanical injection in 2001, you must be crazy if you do that. And it runs on, well, fuel type gasoline. Well, how am I supposed to know what that is? Is that the regular 91? Is it the 95 that is kind of standard in Europe? I don't know. Let's see, 80 ignition timing should be fine. I have not found the specs, like where, at what RPM it makes its peak power and torque. So all I know is that it makes 130 horsepower and 172 Nm of torque. I'm guessing 6300 RPM seems kind of reasonable with the internals we got. So does a short cast header actually. Or are they even still being used? We should use tubulars, even if that's not right. Yeah, the exhaust is big enough. We have a cat. And I don't know what kind of mufflers we have, so let's go for straight through. We are way off in power. Oh, that's because we were knocking. So I'm guessing we have to go for a higher cam profile, even though I don't want to. Let's go for lower ignition timing actually. 90. We're making way too much power though, so we need to lean this out. What the heck? Why does this take? Oh, 126 now. 130. We're making 174 Nm. You know what? That's close enough to me. We're having slight reliability issues though because of our conrods and our pistons. Yeah, I think that's fine. Again, I couldn't find the info on what what its max RPM is, or where it makes its peak power. So let me go back to this page. It is a 5-speed manual. There was also a 4-speed automatic option. I do see that here, so don't worry, guys. It's probably faster than 197 kilometers an hour, in all honesty, but not that much probably. This seems like a reasonable gearing here, maybe even a little bit shorter, like that. Does it have a diff? It should have one. It should have one because it's front-wheel drive, otherwise, you know, with 130 horsepower you're gonna have quite a bit of wheel spin, but it's alright. Let's leave it open for now. It is probably coming on medium compound road tires, if I had to guess. These look like 16s to me. It is going to be alloy wheels, or even steel. I mean, alloy wheels was probably an option. Let's be honest about that. Yeah, let's go for these. And 130 horsepower. Yeah, let's go for 195s. What's that do? Oh, we can't see yet. Again, I don't know what kind of brakes it's running. I'm guessing solid discs with two front and like two pistons front and one rear. It is probably semi-clad. Look, I don't know about that. Just remove all the downforce because it's not really a performance car. Yeah, cooling. I don't think it's got brake airflow. It is... Wait, how many seats does it have? Since it's an Escort underneath, I'm guessing it's got 4 seats. With a standard interior. Entertainment is probably relatively basic. Yeah, it's also very light. It's 1124 kilograms, so it should be light. Power steering, ABS, yes. Traction control and stability control, probably no. Launch control, definitely no. So, standard safety, I guess. And we'll just go with standard, then gas monotube and passive, and select the sport setup, maybe lower, raise it up a little bit. And we get, actually, this is just 2 kilograms heavier than the real car, so we made a very close guess here. The total cost are 7,130. That's actually really low. And so is the drivability though, like 38.7 for a 130 horsepower front-wheel drive car. That's terrible, actually. Should we go for a... Even that would only give it 42.2. Why does this have such low drivability? Bottom out? Oh, it's too low then. What else? Brake fade. Let's go there. It shouldn't have brake fade. That's fine, we can reduce that. So the rear brakes are fine, but the fronts aren't. Okay. So there we go with that. What else is negatively affecting our drivability? Wheel spin. Who would have thought that, right? It's actually... Let's stick with what I got. What else? Bottoming out, so we're gonna raise it a little bit. It didn't do that much, but it did give us at least 40.7 drivability. We are still... We are a little bit, just a few kilograms too heavy. 1130 as opposed to 1124 where we should be. I think that's okay though. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please click the like button, it helps out a great deal. Also consider subscribing to my channel if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.